Right, I'm Jason Myers with Kibosh. As Lisa said, I presented here a couple of years ago. We've been around since 2011. So I'm not going to go too much into the line of products that we've been offering for a few years now, or too much on why internet filtering is important or why parents need it. I'm instead going to focus on our recent move into the mobile space. So I will start out by telling you a little bit about what Kibosh is and how it works. Essentially, what we do, what Kibosh is a parental control solution that allows parents to control what internet content is consumed, when it's consumed, and what devices consume it. We are a DNS-based solution, so a lot of you are probably familiar with a company called OpenDNS. We work almost exactly like they do, except our DNS filters explicit content by default. So by using our service, you're unable to get to any explicit content on the internet. And up until recently, that DNS solution was based on a line of Soho routers. We're still continuing to sell those along with a subscription to the filtering, but now recently we've moved into the mobile space. So we're able to protect devices no matter where they are. So, like I said, by default, we block pornography and explicit content. We filter image and video searches, and we enforce safe search on all the search engines by default. You're unable to turn safe search off. And what we allow the parents to do is to block additional sites, additional categories of sites, and even block additional search terms. You can also whitelist sites, and a reason you might want to do that is you might block the whole category of lingerie because you don't want your kids on those sites, but then you find out that you can't get to JCPenney or Sears anymore. So you can unblock those sites and kind of customize the filter to get it exactly the way you want it. And we also intelligently scrub sites that many people think of as benign. A good example of this is Craigslist. And I think they've removed this recently, but Craigslist is just online classifieds, but previously you could go and find ads for hookups or for prostitution, and there are really a bunch of things that you wouldn't want your kids to see. So we're able to dig into these sites and scrub that content from them. We also have a way to enforce safe search on YouTube and other video sites. And since we're cloud-based, since we're DNS-based, we can really respond to new threats almost immediately. Uh-oh, I need a slide.
Next slide.
This one? There we go. Whoops. Okay, and one other thing that we do, we allow users to schedule, or the parent to schedule internet access times. You can control when your kids use the internet, or even put it into complete timeout and stop all traffic so they can no longer access the internet. We also provide activity logs, so you can see exactly what your kids are searching for, the search terms, everything they've looked at, you get a report that shows that. So as I said earlier, we've recently moved into the mobile space, so what I want to do is flip real quick through how that solution works, and that works through, first of all, oops.
Hold it up.
Okay.
You got a point right here.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So you install an app on the device that you want to protect, and you log in with your Kibosh user ID and password. Once you're logged in, you see your filter status, and you just push the turn on filter button to activate it. Once it's activated, the kid can remove the app from the phone. It no longer matters. The device is locked down. And in order to turn it back on, so you hear it's activated. Once it's on, they're going to need a deactivation code that's sent to the parent. So it can't be turned off without this deactivation code. Now on the other side of the coin, the parent's going to have an app where they're going to manage all the devices that are subscribed to our service. So from the parent's phone, they'll log in and they'll see all the devices they currently have subscribed to our service. And you can add additional sites to block, categories to block. You can see the sites that you blocked, unblock them, see the categories you blocked, unblock them. This is an example of a web page you get when you encounter a site that we blocked by default or one that you blocked. So we've got several thousand users right now, 3,000 routers that are paying customers. We've got 4 servers, and one is in Australia, servicing a couple hundred customers there. And we've got the ability to be up and running in any country for about $5,000 within 24 hours. So I'll open it up to questions.
Perfect. Yeah, I was going to say, you used a little bit of your time with technology.
That's okay. Yeah, no, that's really all I've got. It's highly scalable. We could be up and running anywhere, any country, multiple languages almost instantly. So questions? Yeah.
Can you summarize your strategy for competing with all of those companies that are well established for some years?
Yeah, so we were kind of one of the first into the router space, and everyone's jumped into that now. There's Circle, which is a solution by Disney. There's a lot of different router solutions that are out there, hardware-based solutions, but really the problem with that is that if you got a kid in their bed and they're connected to your Wi-Fi and they're connected or they're protected, all they got to do is flip over to the cell network and they're no longer protected. So really, this space is the wild, wild west. There's people dabbling in it, but no one has established themselves in the mobile space yet. Yeah. Well, that right now our big problem is marketing, and we spent about $300,000 to $400,000 over the past few years on developing the technology. And number one, neither one of us, neither me or my partner, are marketers. And yeah, we are looking for investors and funds to help us deploy a marketing strategy. Yeah.
How much investment are you looking for, and have you got investments?
Right now we're looking for a total of about $1 million to deploy a marketing strategy. But right now it's just the two of us that have invested in the company. Yeah.
What happens if I factory reset the phone?
It's locked in, starts back up. If for some reason it fails to start, or something happens and it stops working, the parent automatically gets. So if the kid even shuts his phone off, the parent's going to get a notification that filter's no longer in place. So if something fails, the parent will get an email or a text in the back.
Is it an actively maintained list, or does it detect new things?
It's crawling every day. So our list, we don't subscribe to lists, we build our own lists, and it's actually growing every day. And we have a process that runs every night at midnight and goes out and looks for additional content. So the filter is really bulletproof.
Okay. Just wonder, most of the bad stuff the kids have run into is the typos.
Yep, we look for typos, different languages.
Okay.
That's another way. You can search for things in Spanish through some filters and it'll work, but not with ours.
Oh, very nice.
What's your price point? How's that compared to your competitors?
Our price point on our router, the hardware that we sell, is at $129.99, and then we have a $29.99 year subscription. The mobile, which we just really brought into prime time a couple of weeks ago, we're looking at $15 a device a year, but are considering putting together family packs to discount that.
Cover anything on the device, something like Twitter?
What? I mean, could you block Twitter or?
No, is it actually see what's coming through Twitter?
I'm not 100% sure of that. I'd have to ask my technology guy on that one if you can actually see the content of Twitter. I know you can see all the search queries and all the websites that it went to, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Any others?
Anybody else?
All right, thank you.
All right.